So welcome back to the lobby. Hopefully you enjoyed your pre-sessions for the workshops. We have a 15 minutes break before starting into the workshops. And I'm happy to welcome Ruben as an interview partner for this session. So welcome, Ruben. Nice to have you here.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Ruben, maybe as the other interview partners did, could you give a short introduction about yourself, what you're doing, maybe on the work side, but also on your private side, what you're doing in your free time?
All right, so I'm Ruben. I work for a company called Headwire, actually one of the founders, and we're an engineering shop that focuses on Sling and AEM. We're based in California, America. So for us, it's 8 o'clock in the morning right now. But yeah, and then we just live here for 25 years now, and we have a small family, 2 kids.
If I'm thinking about California, I'm thinking about the wildfires happening there currently. Are you or do you register those, or is it in your area as well?
So they were around us, but we didn't see them this year. But it was pretty bad smoke. I think the San Francisco area had it worse. San Francisco, San Jose area. But I think there's still some fires going on. It's just
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, but good to hear that you're not infected by those. I just read that you one of the inventors of Peregrine CMS.
Yeah, yeah, thanks for asking. So we had an adaptTo talk a couple of times already about Peregrine, right? So we've been building a CMS on the side that's also based on Sling and Jackrabbit Oak, right? It's actually you can go get it. It's open source, Apache license, or you can go to castle1.dev and just basically set up an instance and do a free hosted website on there. Everything is in Sling, and we like it. I still could use some more love in the development part of it, but yeah, it's coming along quite well in my opinion.
Yeah, you said you had a talk on the topic I read it here in 2017 on the adaptTo. So if some folks are interested in, maybe they could check out the presentation from 2017.
Yeah, we actually also had a lightning talk in 2017, and last year we had a talk as well that was focusing on performance, because Peregrine is a falcon, right? And it's the fastest animal in the world. And that's what we're trying to do, like build the fastest websites that you can actually build.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and I had the honor to listen to that in the real world as a moderator on that show as well. So yeah, nice to see you back here online. So what else do you do if you're not just inventing another CMS or?
So this year with COVID-19, right, we were basically stuck at home still here in the US, at least in our area, and we basically did as much as we could in our backyard. We built a new fence, and we planted a lot of trees and vegetables and things like that. And yeah, that's pretty much a life that we had this year. But usually I like to go sailing, and I like programming. That's if I could, I would do it all day, right? But I have a wife that stops me on that.
Well, therefore you train yourself being here online for adaptTo, so you're trained to stay up all night, following your hobby.
Yeah. I'm more of a morning person. I rather get up at 4 in the morning than stay up during the night. But yeah.
But as you said, but besides like doing a lot of in the garden, whenever your company calls you in and says like, we need you, what do you do? What do you do for your work life?
That's a hard question, right? So we're an AEM shop mostly. We solve engineering problems for customers. So like more on the serious side. We're a smaller company. We're 20 people. So my role is more to make sure that A, everybody has something to do, and B, that we don't have too many blockers, right? So if people get in trouble with AEM or don't know how to solve an issue or whatever, then we talk about it, and it falls back on me to solve those issues sometimes. So that's kind of my role. And then also kind of look at all the things Adobe puts out over the years, right? And try to make sense on how this could actually apply for our customers.
So even though it's a difficult question, you've probably been listening, and I think it's the topic of this adaptTo, Adobe as a cloud service. I mean, you've been seeing that upcoming also throughout the last years with all the talks here at the adaptTo. But what is your personal opinion on that? Just how do you feel like working with it? Had you had the chance to work on it with a customer already, or is it something still you're interested in?
Yeah, we had the chance of helping a couple customers to get onto the cloud, and we've been working with it for quite some time now. I also had a talk this year with Dominic Seuss about this, but it's in general, I really like it. I think it's the right way to go, and I think it solves a lot of problems that we have with AEM today. Like, you know, running AEM, installing it. So these kind of things, they actually are a thing of the past if you use the cloud, right? And they're more in Adobe's hand. And I also think from an engineering and from an architecture perspective, it opens up new ways in how you can build with AEM. So there's a couple other projects that they released today, like Adobe Firefly, for example. And if you look at that and Adobe I/O and AEM and look at this as a new architectural challenge, and how can you actually build for those things together instead of just one, then it puts everything in a fully different perspective and makes a lot of sense to me.
For that one, so I mean, besides this, probably moving back, you've been saying you build a lot in the backyard. You do a lot, yeah. Otherwise, is there any secret hobby you would share?
So secret hobby is sailing, right? But this year was no sailing because it's just we usually rent the boats instead of, you know, it's cheaper to rent a boat than buy a boat. It's amazing here in the US. You can actually go sailing without the license on the ocean, right? So you just take a boat and you just go out on the ocean, and it clears your mind, and you just use the wind and the water, right? It's very amazing. So I really miss it this year.
It's true. I've got a sailing license as well, but I made my one in Spain. If I would try to sail here in Berlin, I would be it's totally forbidden, as you need a special license for Berlin to be sailing in Berlin, as it's too much traffic on the seas in here. So I should definitely come over.
You know, are you on a Mac?
Sorry?
Is your computer of choice a Mac?
Yes.
So on the Mac, right, everybody has the Catalina Island as the picture right now. That's the island we can sail to from our house, right? So,
cool.
So every time I look at that picture, I'm like, let's be sailing out there.
Okay, that's a nice story, actually.
What would me interest is, you, in the pre-talk of this interview, you said you're from Switzerland. So, and it's the complete opposite from California, I would say, from the land side. So you have the sea in California, and the mountains in Switzerland. So what do you enjoy more, the sea or mountains? Because I think both are pretty awesome landscapes, and
So we have both here, right? We have the sea, the mountains, the snow, all within 2 hours driving.
Oh wow! Okay.
But I've been living here for 25 years now, and I haven't gotten myself to go skiing yet because it just feels wrong if you can go to the beach and be on the ocean at Christmas instead of going to. There's no point in going skiing, in my opinion. Other people think differently, right? But we see the snow. We see snow mountains behind our house every winter, so it's not. But yeah, I mean, Switzerland is nice too. Okay. I love it there too. So.
Great.
Okay, so I guess if I'll look at the time, we need to actually switch over, get the people ready for the workshops.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you very much for the interview, for joining in that early, even though for the rest it's like very late in the afternoon. But thank you for getting up early and staying with us here at adaptTo, and hopefully we're gonna see us sometime soon again.
Yeah, I hope so. And thank you very much for putting on adaptTo this year. This is awesome. It's one of the best online conferences I've seen all year.